Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into something crucial for anyone in the Docs code space, choosing between Markdown and AsciiDoc. It really boils down to this tension, right? Do you go for the simple, easy thing, or do you need something with real structural power?
Exactly. And we've got a killer case study to frame this. The Alexandria project, built on the Nostr protocol.
Nostr. That's interesting because Nostr itself is all about Markdown, isn't it? For like maximum compatibility.
Precisely, super simple Markdown. But Alexandria, aiming to build this big knowledge base, curated publications, they actually chose AsciiDoc for their main stuff. It's like seeing a project level up, needing more than the basic tools provide.
Okay, let's unpack the why behind that.
Yeah.
What's the fundamental difference between these two, architecturally speaking?
Sure. So Markdown, back from 2004, it was really just a simpler way to write HTML. Its main goal is presentation. How does this text look?
Easy to learn, easy to use for comments, blog posts, that kind of thing.
Right. AsciiDoc, though, it's actually a bit older, from 2002, and its roots are deeper, coming from things like docbook XML. It's a semantic format.
Semantic meaning.
Meaning it cares about what something is. Is this a chapter title? Is this a warning box? A table? It defines the meaning or structure, not just the look.
And that structure is key for more complex stuff, like outputting to different formats.
Definitely. Because it understands the structure, it can reliably generate high-quality HTML, PDF, even EPB, all from the same source text. That's a huge advantage for serious technical documentation.
Okay, so that difference sounds a bit academic maybe, but where does it actually bite you if you stick with Markdown and try to build something big, like a massive manual or an ebook?
Yeah, the first place it really falls down is modularity. Think about writing a book. You don't put it all in one giant file, right?
No, you'd break it into chapters, sections.
Exactly. AsciiDoc has a built-in command, include, that lets you pull in content from other files seamlessly. It's designed for assembling large documents from smaller, manageable pieces.
And standard Markdown just doesn't have that.
Standard Markdown, nope. You end up relying on specific tools or extensions, and they often don't work the same way everywhere. It gets fragile fast.
Okay, so modularity is one. What else breaks down at scale?
Interconnection. A good knowledge base isn't just files in a folder. It's, a web of linked information. AsciiDoc lets you create stable anchors, like MySectionAid, anywhere in your text. Then you can link directly to that specific spot from anywhere else using MySectionAid.
Proper cross-references, not just linking files.
Right. It builds a truly interconnected system. Markdown's basic file links, they often break completely if you try to generate, say, a single PDF document from multiple files.
Right, because the context changes. Okay, is there like a single feature that really highlights this difference? A litmus test?
I think admonitions are a great example. The little boxes for notes, tips, warnings, cautions.
Yeah, crucial for tech docs.
Totally. AsciiDoc has 5 standard types built right in. The syntax is consistent, always works. In the Markdown world, it's chaos. Docusaurus has one syntax, MKDocs with PimDown has another, GitHub-flavored Markdown another. They're all different, incompatible extensions.
So if you use those features heavily in Markdown, you're basically locking yourself into one specific toolchain.
Pretty much. Your content isn't truly portable anymore.
Okay, circling back to Alexandria on Nostr, why couldn't they just use Markdown, maybe with some of these extensions, even if fragmented?
Because Nostr itself threw a wrench in the works. The standard for Nostr posts, NIP23, it mandates a very restricted version of Markdown.
How restricted?
Critically, it bans embedding raw HTML, completely forbidden. And that's the escape hatch many Markdown extensions use to add complex features like admonitions or special formatting.
So Nostr cut off the only way Markdown could even try to add that structural richness Alexandria needed.
Exactly. They needed chapters, tables of contents, real cross-references for their knowledge base and ebooks. Basic Nostr-compatible Markdown just couldn't deliver that.
Makes sense. Their goal wasn't just simple notes, it was curated publications. That requires structure.
Precisely. So their solution was smart, really. A two-tiered approach. For simple, broadly compatible content, stick with the basic Markdown everyone on Nostr can see. Easy, pragmatic. But for their core assets, the knowledge base, the ebooks, they adopted AsciiDoc. It gave them the structure, the richness, the maintainability they needed for the long haul.
So for you listening, the takeaway here really depends on your project's ambition, doesn't it? If you're doing quick notes, simple read meths, maybe blog posts where ease and ubiquity are paramount, Markdown's probably fine. It's everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Low friction is its strength. But if you're building serious technical manuals, complex ebooks, maybe a knowledge base spanning multiple products, or crucially, if you need to output to professional formats like PDF alongside your web version from a single source, AsciiDoc becomes the much more strategic choice. It's built for that complexity.
It really forces you to think about how you view your documentation. Is it just a collection of disposable text files? Or is it a critical, scalable asset, something you invest in and maintain over time, almost like your source code? Your choice of markup language says a lot about that perspective, something to chew on.